right here, right now, on your favorite channel.
Here's the practice speeds. I was 6th on the speed chart. I remembered my line here at Iowa in the Tour mod and the SK mod, and that is basically middle down the backstretch and then hug the inside all the way around. That gives you the best time. Let's go ahead and go out and qualify.
There's a car approaching. Don't cross the white line. Watch your mirrors. Okay, Dave, we've got 2 laps to get the job done. The leader has just done a 25.3.
I kind of take qualifying here at Iowa a little bit like Talladega, old school. I run the middle to get some heat in the tires and not scrub on them too bad. You don't need to go out to the wall. You want to kind of narrow up Iowa just a little bit here. But here on the qualifying lap, I'm going to be a little bit wide, if you will. The first qualifying lap going to be a little wide here. Little tire scrub you can hear. Stay in the middle of the track.
25 is last time. You're currently 5.3.
Now we're going to pinch it down.
Was that 25.6?
And just let it wash out to about the middle of the track here. This works really well in the SK. Dead last right now.
That's the accurate session, 20th place.
Now, Jimbo's not been doing a very good job. I actually have pole. 25.144. Boy, that's about my fastest. I did some practice here, and we're only doing 63 laps because this is a 7/8 mile track. This is the largest track we will visit. The second largest will be the series finale at USA. So I went down to 63 laps. I've also changed the strength of the AI up to a top of 66 and then down to 63%. And I think I was at 58. So I just kept bumping them up by a percent or two because I was just smoking them. Got to the bottom of the speed charts, and then I realized my line, you know, my favorite little line, the middle, like I just showed you there. So I'm on the pole. This could be a lackluster race. I could go wire to wire here, and if that's the case, we'll do TV focusing on the guys in the pack where there's going to be a lot of passing. All right.
The track temp is 80. The air temp is 78
Iowa.
Fahrenheit. Pole position.
Oh, let's get it into gear.
On the outside lane.
There we go. Little finger flutter.
Looks like you sure line up on the inside. Smooth.
All right, and then, oh shit, okay, never mind. I was still worried about the blind line. Okay, so they're up to 66%, 63 at the low strength. We got Bobby Labonte right on our outside there. And then Ricky Rudd, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Mark Martin, Smoke, Kevin Harvick. Okay, now, Kevin Harvick is leading the points right now, and Elliott Sadler, who is starting in 8th, he's in 2nd. Then myself, Kenseth, and Smoke are tied for 3rd at 113 points. And so we're all right up here. Where did we see? There's Kenseth in 11th. So we're all in the top half of the field, 1, 2, and 3 in the standings. I took out do not count caution laps for the rest of the series. I think that caused an issue, and I'm going to make sure from now on that we have enough fuel for every track that we visit so we don't have to come in for splash and goes. We do have the starting zone here, the Geico starting zone. This is Talladega for these cars. And with that, I'm going to hand it off to the guys up in the booth. Dave, call the race. Thanks for the handoff, David. All right, this is Dave up in the booth, and I'm Dave also. We're coming down to the Geico restart, race number 4 of the series, waiting for the flagman to call it out. And here we go, green flag, green flag. Good clean start, everybody across the line. Whitney gets a good jump and leads them off into turn 1. Coming through turn 2 down the backstretch, Whitney has the lead. Bobby Labonte in second. Ricky Rudd in third. We got 3 wide battle between Martin, Smoke, and Junior on the outside. They shake that out. And then, looked like Bobby was going to give Dave the bumper, but all of a sudden he jumps down into pit road, and that stacks up the rest of the field, and Whitney pulls away by at least 10 car lengths. Smoke in second, followed by Truex and Rudd. Sadler, strong car in Sadler, and 88 Junior. Here comes Casey Kane, late speed. Ward Burton and the King in that middle rocking chair there between these two groups. Dave, do you think the second group will be able to catch the first group? Yeah, but these cars make a big hole. There's not really draft per se. You can see that their Truex and Sadler are beginning to pull up on Whitney there in the lead. So the second group of cars will be able to get back up into this pack. We expect to see a lot of passing, a lot of 3 wide here today. All right, Dave, thank you very much. We got the number 63 Iowa State University Cyclone car still in the top spot. Here comes Truex on the outside. The outside line just doesn't seem to be working like it has in years past. Whitney has that secret line where he runs down the middle and then hugs the line around the corners. And once you protect that yellow line, Dave, nobody can pass you. That's right, because, you know, they have to pass on the outside. That forces them to pass on the outside, and that's where the cars stall out. Late speed, power move into second place, coming right up on the bumper of Whitney, but he swings out. Smoke zooms that inside line with Burton right on his outside, and Junior coming up about in 4th or 5th there. Yeah, they're changing spots so quick. Sadler, who was in second, is now back in about 7th or 8th. But here comes the King and Ricky Rudd filling out this top 10 here. And Whitney's led all the laps so far. There's Junior making a move on the inside of Smoke, with Casey Kane saying, no, I want the inside, thank you very much, followed by Schrader. Burton up the middle with Junior, but then they sorted out to 2x2. We've got the cars that are in the back of the field. They're starting to regain after that cluster with Bobby Labonte. Bobby was reporting some engine problems, so that's why he had to dive down on pit road there at the start. Okay, so Late Speed, who was just up on the rear end of the number 63 car about a lap ago, he's all the way in the back of the field now of this group here of 10, 11, 12 maybe. All right, so we got Elliott Sadler, strong player in this series. He's working second right now. All right, we see that threesome there with Neil Bonnet and Happy Harvick in the number 29 car. All right, and then there's the King. You know, we look one way and then pretty soon something happens elsewhere. The King's up in second now. He just powered right up through there. All right, so we got Burton bringing up the rear here. Late Speed gets up into Smoke. What's going on there? Oh, he gets into Lake Speed. Kenneth gets into Lake Speed too. Lake's having all kinds of trouble. Remember last week he was on the lid. All right, so that kind of really shook things up. We got Rudd in second, the King in third, Sadler moving up, Truex, and then Casey Kane here in this first little breakaway. Are these guys going to be able to break away, Dave, and then, just let settle the whole race between them? No, Dave, I think that, right there's Junior, there's Labonte and Burton, Harvick, and then Harry Gant. They're going to be able to get in line and chase these guys down. Meanwhile, Dave in the 63 car, he loves to see all that beating and banging behind him. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened there with Lake Speed. Okay, down the front straight here, it just looks like Lake didn't know that Smoke was on his outside, was going to take that middle line, rub Smoke. That has hurt Lake Speed's car. We've heard him say that on the radio, that he's got to come down and take a pit. And then trying to come down, it looks like Kenseth just rubs into him just a little bit there. All right, back to live action. We almost didn't miss a thing due to the magic of editing. And Whitney leading them down the backstretch, that middle secret line, as he calls it. The King in second. Casey Kane working on third, bringing Truex with him, and Sadler and Rudd on the outside there. Here comes Junior and Neil Bonnet, nose to tail, running these guys down. This is just going to be a fantastic race. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to do anything with the 63 car. They were just so strong. Number 6 on the speed charts, but a very good qualifying run. Running that low line and protecting the bottom is what you have to do here. He makes one little mistake, and they're going to go by him like a freight train. And we've seen that, Dave, with the other cars behind him. Yeah, that's right, Dave. When somebody gets a little out of shape or decides to take that high. Oh, there was just a big, huge check up there with Neil Bonnet there on Junior. Alabama gang just about got into Junior Nation there. All right, so we've got these cars. Here comes the Burton car and Happy, number 29 Harvick. They've caught up to this pack here, this first part of the field. And, you know, we're going to take a look. We're getting reports that Smoke is saying that his front end is hurt. He's not going to come down and fix anything. He's just going to ride it out, waiting for a caution if there's a caution. He's leading the pack that's behind this pack of 5. All right, so down the backstretch one more time. Whitney leading. We got Kane currently in second. Here comes Sadler. Okay, there we go. Thank you, cameraman. There's Smoke. He is reporting that he's got some suspension problems. He's being led by Mark Martin. We got Michael Waltrip, Earnhardt, and Matt Kenseth. Remember, Kenseth got into late speed also. So those guys, you know, they want to get nose to tail and try to track this lead pack down. All right, shuffling the second place position again. Martin Truex Jr. 3 wide, 29.51, and the 38 of Sadler across the start-finish line. Take no prisoners. Get what you can when you can get it. Here comes the 29 Harvick car, and he just sucks up right on the back of the 63. Is he going to have something for him? He's got 2 on his outside, down the backstretch. This is about the closest we've seen anybody to the 63 car, Dave. Yeah, that's right. That Harvick car is pretty damn strong today. He's just hanging right there with Dave Petty on his backside there. And then down the front straight there. But Harvick gets a little whip. He sent it off in there just a little hard. That kind of stacks up everybody, the King and the Jeff Burton car. And then Harvick swings outside. That might have been a little bit arrow push there from the King. So then we got 2 by 2 by 2. And we got Harry Gant bringing up the rear of this pack here now. He has caught them, and he's in the show. All right, let's do a crank it up. You know what time it is? Crank that knob to 11. Working lap 20. Man, I love the sound of 20 SK Modifieds here at Iowa at full song. Don't you, Dave? Yeah, it is. It is music to my ears. Here we go, 3 by 3 again. Sadler wanting to make that middle line work. He's got Junior on the inside and Gant on the outside. Harvick has relegated back to the second place with Truex on his outside. And then Sadler in that middle, and behind him in the number 10 car, Ricky Rudd said, hey, you're going to make the middle work? I'll come with you. And the King's coming with me. Case Kane, who was just up in second, now in the back. Junior takes the second spot, and the crowd goes crazy. And then Burton on the outside says, I want a little bit of that cheer too. And again, you got Sadler kind of working that middle line right here, right now. And then here comes the legend himself, number 51, Neil Bonnet in the lemonade stand car. All right, first time lemonade. Feels pretty good to have a drink about that, about now. So far, leading wire to wire, all the laps, the number 63 car, driven by Studio David, Iowa State University Cyclone colors. All the passing, all the position changes have taken place behind him, and there have been a ton of them. That's right, Dave. These guys are take no prisoners, take what you can. Like Harvick up the middle there, with the King on his outside and Burton on the King on the inside and Burton on the outside, just powering his way up through the middle of the field there, hoping to get to that second place position where he can do something with the Whitney car. Ooh, we got Burton in the middle of the three-way with Bonnet and Gant. Ooh, Harvick just a little bit loose there, almost got into Rudd. I'm not so sure there was contact. Three wide with Kane and the King. Here comes Harvick busting his way up through the middle. The King, he was just in the back of the field, is now up to about 5th. And then, good strong move by Sadler down on the inside with Gant and the King on his outside. Just incredible racing. These guys respect each other. These cars are fairly stable. They can put them where they want. So far, no incidents. We've gone caution free. That's right, Dave. These guys respect each other. They are legends. They know what they're doing. There's Ricky Rudd in the back there, right up the middle. Every line here seems to be working for these guys except the line that they need to pass the number 63 car. When they keep going at it, the 63 car gets a few car lengths, and then he just looks in his rearview mirror and says, "See you later, guys." Junior back to the second place point with Harvick right behind him. That Sadler car, expect him to be up in second place here before too long. You know, he's got a real stout car in this series. He knows what he's doing here. All right, we got Harvick and Junior side by side. 2 by 2 by 2, the first 10, 12 cars here. The King's back in the rear again. Yeah, we heard something on the King's radio not too long ago, Dave, that he says, you know, when you get shuffled out, you might as well just give it up. Give up all the positions, go to the back, because you know that you can make a run back to the front. Don't fight it as you're falling back, which I think we saw something like that with Lake Speed. Well, he got touched, Dave, and, you know, he was fighting, and that's when the Kenseth car clipped him. So not really a fallback. That was the issue. But anyway, so we're kind of strung out here now in the first 6 cars. We got Harvick in second place, and again, he's one of the cars that's gotten the closest to the backside of the 63 car. But again, he chooses to take that outside line. He has no choice because Whitney is holding the inside line, and then that allows Junior to come up underneath Harvick, and Junior says, "Okay, I want second place again." Then we got Sadler right behind Harvick in the 29 car. These first 4 have kind of broken away a little bit. Yeah, well, they're switching positions behind Dave. They're kind of nose to tail, and they have broken away from the other cars here. We'll see if they can maintain this, or if the others will line up and then chase these guys down. Because here we got Elliott. Him and Junior have been swapping positions here the last lap, and we got the King leading that second group. We got 31 Jeff Burton out in the rocking chair there all by himself. He's trying to sniff out the hole and bring up his car to these first 4. And it looks like he is doing it. Look at that gain that he got there. He got about 2 or 3 car lengths through the start-finish line, front stretch there. Nobody has anything for Dave, though, Dave. Yeah, that's right, Dave. You know, here comes Harvick again. He's been one of the stronger cars so far, been able to pull up on Whitney's rear end like nobody else. So here we're getting this 12-pack put together again. They've kind of lined up nose to tail, and just kind of riding for a little bit here. But then there goes Junior. He goes, "No, I ain't riding. I want to move to the front." Burton in 5th. We got Ricky Rudd in 6th, and Kane just hanging out behind Rudd. So just a little movement up front there. And then we got Martin Truex. He's brought the rest of that pack up, including Bonnet, Petty, and Gant. Let's jump inside the 63 machine for the halfway point of the race.
Okay, Dave, halfway home, fuel's good. That was 25.5.
Next time, Bobby, halfway.
All right, Case Kane, who was near the back of this front pack, he has found himself up into the second place position with Harvick right behind him, giving him a little push. Here comes Neil Bonner, who was in the back. See, these guys can just about come to the front at will. These cars punch a really big hole in the air and give them some good drafting suck. All right, we see the King here. We just mentioned him in the back. Then with him is Elliott Sadler. Boy, you know what? If you're not watching every car with 10 eyes, you don't see all the action that's going on. Sadler was just up front, and now he's in the back. All right, so Ricky Rudd, we've seen him up front several times, at least in the second place position. He's now taking that point again. We got 3 wide with Gant, Truex, and Kane across the start-finish line. Ooh, getting really close there. Truex and Harvick, or Truex and Gant, with Harvick on the outside. Here comes King. He's taking a couple positions from that back of the pack, coming on up. Rudd here, he's actually held on to the second place position for a lap or so here. He's got a pretty strong and stout car. Behind that, behind Rudd, 2 by 2 by 2. Burton all the way to the back. Okay, and then Elliott Sadler's in the back. He's been hanging out in the back there for the last couple laps, and Harvick has now drifted to the back of this pack. Kane looking on the inside. Is he going to make it 3 wide with Gant? Yes, he is. Well, Bonnet backs out. All right, so we've got several laps here now with Rudd being in the second place. This is about the greatest number of laps that we've seen somebody in second when they're all packed up like this. He's got a pretty strong, stout car. Maybe he's been, Junior and the King in the back there almost got together. 3 wide with Gant on the outside, Junior the King. And Junior just powers down through and passes Casey Kane on the inside. He says, I'm going to the front again. And the King, remember, he was in the back of this little group here, and now he's up to 5th or 6th, battling with Burton. And here comes Harvick behind him. Rudd gets a good run on Whitney coming down in the front stretch with Junior right behind him. But they're not able to do anything. Rudd's going to take another dive and look. And again, this is about the 5th or 6th lap here now that Rudd has been in second. One of the longest consecutive. Oh, he's just about got a nose on Whitney's bumper there on the outside, but can't do anything with it. Wow, Rudd got a strong, strong machine here today. That's right, Dave. I think it's about 6 laps that Rudd has been in the second place position behind Whitney in the 63 car. That's about the longest number of laps that we've seen anybody in the second place position. This group here has broken out and checked out from the rest of the field. About half the field they are here of the 20-car field. There's 3 wide. The King, Gant, and Junior has fallen back. And then another 3 wide just about in front of them. Sadler has all of a sudden moved himself up in the 3rd place position, but then Bonner and Truex on the inside say, here we come. 3 by 3 by 3 down the back stretch. Wow, 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 these guys trust each other. Great racing here at the Iowa Speedway in Newton, Iowa. Rudd still maintaining that second position on Whitney. Can't do anything with him, but he's more than happy to hold that second for right now. One little bobble out of Whitney, and Rudd is going to take the point. Neil Bonnet working on the 3rd. We don't have 3 by 3, but it's pretty darn close there. We got a 3 wide with the King on the inside. Just strong power move on the King. Three wide just behind the King. Oh. Looked like Harvick almost got up into Gant, and Gant went to the wall. Everybody maintained. Harvick is just all over the place. He just almost got into Junior there. All right, here comes Neil Bonnet. He says, Ricky Rudd, you've led for about 10 laps, or taken the second place for about 10 laps. It's my turn. Power move by the old man Bonnet. He takes the second place position, and following him is the King, Richard Petty. Rudd out to dry now, hanging out to dry, because here comes Junior, here comes Burton, here comes Kane, and here comes Sadler. All right, back to the second group here. In here we got Michael Waltrip, Mark Martin, Dale Earnhardt, Matt Kenseth, and Smoke. And then the next two cars is Gordon and Darrell Waltrip. These guys have just fallen off pace. They're not going to be able to catch up with this pack of 10 or 12. All right, Whitney down that backstretch, that middle line, holding everybody at bay. The King currently in second, and Jeff Burton says, my turn. Here comes Sadler. He's been a strong player all day in this race. And here he comes, and he's going to go up and take the third position with Gant and Bonnet right behind him, Junior hanging out there. Then we got Martin Truex. Ricky Rudd, who was leading, was in second place all those laps. He is now shifted to the back. But remember, they can make their way to the front anytime they want. Harvick hanging out back there with Rudd and Kane. We got three wide there with Truex and Junior and the King for just a little bit there. And then now that moves on up, and Burton is the top of the bun of the sandwich. Harry Gant, strong move by Harry, he says. All right, remember me? Ooh, the Junior almost got up into Sadler there. There's a little loose coming off of 2 there, I think, onto the backstretch. We've seen that a couple times. The King comes down, Junior comes down and tries to pinch Truex down to the line. Truex says, nothing doing, nothing doing. Truex says, you know what, I really haven't been up here in second a whole lot. Give me a shot at this number 63 red and yellow car. That's Cardinal and gold, Dave. Okay, yes, Cardinal and gold. Sorry, my mistake. Now the bottom line of 7 cars is lined up nose to tail, but then the guys swing out to the outside if they just stay in line. Well, Dave, you know what? These guys just don't stay in line. They go for everything they can, every lap that they can. So far right now, the number 63, Cardinal and Gold, Iowa State University Cyclone SK Modified, piloted by Studio David, is just leading this. He's putting on a clinic on how to lead a race, and that's where the clean air comes into play. And this is Talladega for these cars, and as long as he can run his line and not make a mistake, and so far he's been picture perfect, he is the man to beat here today at this track. All right, didn't even hardly see it, but Ricky Rudd back up at the top of the field here of this pack, and just got passed by Casey Kane, but Rudd's got a strong car. We've seen him in that second spot for more consecutive laps than anybody else. Harvick's got a really strong car. He's taking Rudd on the inside, and behind him comes Neil Bonnet. We got the King, another 3 wide there with the King, and, well, actually we could call that a 2-3 wide. Well, it's the King and Gant and Burton. Junior has been shuffled all the way to the back, but he's moving his way back to the front now. It's just to the second place position, back to the back 12. Up to second, back to 12. That's the way it's been all day. Two by two down the backstretch. Whitney running that middle line. That middle line has changed this game at this race incredibly today. You know, he's probably got the car set up that way, and the other guys don't. And Whitney found something and putting on a clinic here. Okay, we got the old man, Neil Bonnet. A little bit loose out of 2 there, coming into 2, and that allows the Richard Petty to take the second place position from him, followed by Junior. Wasn't Junior just in the back just about a lap ago, Dave? I think you're right, Dave, and then right to the front he comes. Laps are winding down here at Iowa. So far, no change up front, 1 leader. No lead changes for the lead, but position changes behind the leader. Our statistician broke her pencil. We have no idea how many position changes there have been. I think it was close to 200 when her pencil broke. She's still using a pencil and not an iPad. Hey, you know what? Hey, let her do what she wants to do. Okay, laps are winding down here. We got Junior in second, a little bit of gap. Whitney's got a little bit of a gap on Junior, about a 2-car length gap, but Junior's filling that in there down the backstretch here. 3 wide in the back there again. We got Gant and Kane and Richard Petty. Okay, Junior and Whitney have broken away just a little bit. Number 10 car, Rudd, very, very strong car. Let's see if he can come back up. And here comes Harry again on the inside of Rudd. He has shown some strength at times today. Powers it on in. Rudd tries to slam the door, but not having anything with it is Gant. think tire wear is beginning to come into play here where these guys are just not so comfortable of running 3 wide like they have before. Okay, Junior, he got just about as close to Whitney as anybody has.
25.466. 9 laps to go right now.
Well, Dave, it's been real fun calling the race with you. Right back at you, Dave. All right, for the last few laps of the race, we're going to send it back down to David. David, you got a copy? Call the end of the race. All right, guys, I'll take it from here. Wow, Junior's come on strong here and giving some pressure to me, but I just got to maintain my line, and he won't be able to get by me. It's been fun watching the guys watching the guys through the rearview mirror, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Harvick gave me a little bit of concern a few laps ago. Here comes Casey Kane. He's come out of nowhere. The King was up there. Neil Bonnet, Jeff Burton. Sadler's hanging tight, but I think Smoke's kind of falling back in the field there. But here we go. We're working lap 61. 2 to go at the line. Oh, Kane making a move on the outside, but I don't think it's going to stick. Nope, nope, nope. See, they stall out. Here comes Harvick again. Okay, and then Bonnet behind him. We have got a battle coming on here. I've been perfect for 60-some laps. We just need to keep it for the next 2. And hope that nobody puts the chrome horn to me. I don't think they will. We're pretty respectful here in this series. Oh, except Gordon Monster trucking me at 5 flags. But anyway, here we go. This should be white flag, yes. We got Neil and the lemonade stand coming on strong. But again, they just don't follow my line and they stall out on the outside. They'll get a run here through the... Oh, that's a big bump. Been fighting that the last few laps. And I just got to make the backstretch in 2 more corners. And ISU Cyclone's car, David at the wheel, going to take the win here at Iowa Speedway. And here we go. Whew. Wow.
Well done, Dave. Great win. You deserve that today. Good job.
Wow, wow, wow.
Sorry, my man, you got all kinds of time.
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, it wasn't very hard. I just had to run the lines, but one little slip up. I was never able to pull away. They were right there, and they were swapping back and forth, everybody. And it's just, you know, one little slip up, and I would have been swarmed. All right, so, all right, David takes the win. Neil Bonnet in the Country Time Lemonade comes in second. Good run for him. And then Jeff Burton, good run for him. Casey Kane, we hadn't seen him up top much this season. Ricky Rudd, Harry Gant, Kevin Harvick, okay. Then Richard Petty, Elliott Sadler, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Martin Truex, Michael Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt, Smoke back in 14th. That's going to hurt his points run. Mark Martin 15th, Matt Kenseth, Jeff Gordon, Darrell Waltrip, Bobby Labonte, and Lake Speed 12 laps down. He must have had engine problems, old Lake did. So anyway, wow. Okay, like I said, I don't want to understate it. That was a pretty easy run, but man, one little slip up and they would have had me, and that would have been pretty ugly. So all right, let's punch out and take a look at the standings. All right, pole position, followed by a win at Iowa Speedway, my home track, if you will. This was a good one. Newton, Iowa. Couldn't ask for a better weekend than the one that Dave Whitney just had at Iowa Speedway. They never looked back after qualifying on the pole, number 63 modified SK, taking the win in the feature race as well. Drivers rushed on the track to practice. Despite a talented field behind him, Whitney paid off their top qualifying time to sweep the weekend with a victory, and that was flag to flag, folks. Top 5 was Whitney, Bonnet, Burton, Kane, and Rudd. It doesn't matter how many perfect weekends you have in your life, I say, it just never gets old. We had the best car, the best team, and I guess we had the best driver behind the wheel, too. All right. Okay, I'm first, apparently. Okay, 14 of it. Let's go to the results. And we need to go to finish, okay, the race. We've already been through that in the car. Season standings. Yeah, that's going to helped me a tremendous amount. 4 races in. Okay, I got 156 points in the lead. Harvick, who was in the lead in the points, dropped back to second with 2 points. Casey Kane launched up out of nowhere, 152. Sadler is in fourth at 151. Ricky Rudd came up into the top 5. Smoke fell out of a tie with me and Kenseth with his lackluster performance there, as did Kenseth. So Smoke's 6th and Kenseth is 7th. The King is up there tied with Harry Gant. Boy, two old boys tied for 8th there. That's a good sign. Dale Earnhardt Jr., he fell back a little bit, I think. Truex, Neil Bonnet, Jeff Burton, Dale Earnhardt, Waltrip, Labonte, Gordon, Mark Martin, Lake Speed, and Michael Waltrip still bringing up the rear. Okie dokie. All right, continue. Next week, Langley. I am not looking forward to this one. This is the track that I have the absolute least amount of experience on. I think I've ran it once. Seriously, I think I've ran it once. So I will do a little practice at this track, set the strength so we can get a good race. But I'm not expecting... you know what? I think I'll leave the guys at 66. I may end up dead last in this one here or in the fence. Who knows? So we'll leave the strength, the skill, the same for now and see what happens.
All right, guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.